the Demon Lord's troops are behaving strangely. No, not yet. If we act too soon, we may fall into a trap. Brom.
I know that we are short on time. But there is a problem. While I was away, the Forge's flames went out. The Phozon crystals used to create ciphers become stronger when they are pure. In order to strengthen the crystals, it will be necessary to repurify them. But even if we stomped on the bellows until our legs broke, we would still not be able to do anything with the meager flames we have here.
Then what should we do?
The flames must come from the source. I speak of the fire that existed before the world's creation. The purest and strongest flames gave birth to the creatures of flame.
Those flames are...
Yes, indeed. In the Fire Kingdom. I know very well where the Fire Kingdom is, and where the flames are within it. I shall have to leave my post as blacksmith temporarily. Forgive me.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go by yourself.
But we cannot take a large group of people to steal the flames.
Do they actually not... I love how they just don't even have the conversation. Because you fucking know what she's gonna say. She's like, fine, I shall go with you. She's like, that's too dangerous. It's like, dude, do you remember that part where I got you out of the fucking hell? And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. Let's go. Well, let's glide up. Oh good, none of the I was gonna say none of the fires are in a place that would hurt me. Next thing you know, I'm fucking on fire. Also, the game's giving me red level numbers on the right and left to let me know what the enemy's level is. And also to let me know that it's above mine. Let's use unlimited ammo. Ability we got from beating the last chapter, which is no POW is lost while I shoot. And yes, I've already maxed it out. As soon as it appeared at the end of the last chapter, I immediately unloaded. Looks to be about 20 seconds, I would have to guess. Yeah, I'd like to say maybe about 10 seconds in I decided to use that. So yeah. In a mere 20 seconds of being able to do indiscriminate firing. You see, Mercedes is really the lock-on stratus of this game. Targeted and firing. Up, there's bad. Oh, there's bad. There we go. And there we go. Oh, booms. There's booms everywhere. This is not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I just really fucking hate this level. I mean, granted, it's better than fucking Titania, but it's still kind of Whatever, this won't give me a new skill. This is like the most nothing battle level, because you know it's just fire dudes. Oh wait, no, there's lizards. Never mind. Spoke too soon. I was hoping it was just going to be a destroy 8 fire elementals and you win, because that's the dumbest mission you can do. Next up on our hit list of skills is Burst Rain. Energy ball that rains down magic bolts from the air. Next room, I'll just hit it from the menu. I tend to find very quick and easy to use skills in this game and just kind of stick with them. That's just kind of how I've always been. Like, infinite ammo for me is good, and the big shot. I know I have this other move. I know I have this. Which actually is pretty good because it's just like a shotgun, kinda. like the spirit shotgun from Yu Yu Hakusho, but, you know. Sometimes you're like, eh. Stick with only a couple things you know. I'm gonna go ahead and use the move. Where is it? Burst Rain. Okay, this is comical. No, don't do it. You're interrupting my shit. Fucking target her properly. Ah, I'm pissed. You ruined all of that. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be the mature person here. Ah, that'll do some knockback. Oh, how about this? And I died. Alright. Am I a little mad about all this? Yeah. This boss is a piece of shit. The fact that I can use up my Phozons and actually be knocked out of my fucking unlimited ammo move kind of made me a little upset. Not gonna lie. Mostly because you could hear me getting mad, so there's no real way for me to hide that or just lie to you. I can't deceive you, my friends. Listen here, you fucking demon cardinal with lady on it. I'm gonna beat your ass. Because I don't like you. There, go into fire. You're not gonna go into that fire. You know why? Because you're a fucking scumbag, that's why. Do I have a whirlwind? I don't. How about some toxic? I knew you wouldn't be a fan of that. Actually, it doesn't matter where I throw toxic, actually, because either way, it's gonna hit my target. It's gonna go left or right. And this is the part where we have a drink. Gluggity glug, thank God time stops. And let's go ahead and do that. To think that she could fight through all those bullets going at her at once. That's some endurance on that bitch. Picked up the second blue flame we need to keep going. Okay. Well, let's head on back to the other area. I assume progress was required by that door. Like, I can only assume that the game's like, yo, you need to go through this door. A good way to know is to buy some of this stuff. Also get 2 pure cacaos. They are good for healing. Also praline. It's rose mile and pure cacao. Maybe I'll make that at some point. Ah, it had to animate both of them going in. Well, that's the most busy work I've ever done for one of these. Yeah, that's definitely how we get to the boss. What? An auto-scroller? We got an auto-scroller, guys. This game gave me an auto-scroller with unlimited POW. Alright, this is fucking awesome. Finally, Mercedes can ascend to her true form. Sexy Gradius. don't think I can use items, so this might actually suck. I'm gonna have to be careful here. I wonder if I can even beat her like this. Just gotta believe in myself a little bit more, I guess. Boop, badoo, doop, badoo. I mean, there's a constant influx of phosons heading my way through this level, so that's encouraging. This is pretty much the best thing I played in the entire game because they actually changed what the game was. Well, that does it for her. Well, I'm in awe. Because that was the fucking best. What does that do? Does that just take me out? Yeah, it does. Alright. I was wondering how they're going to make me despawn out of there. What is this document? Oh, it's how to make overload. 2 pieces of equipment and a material. Well, if you have a bunch of equipment you never want to use ever, though, then I guess do that. What's the most painless way to get to this boss? That would be taking the down route, my friends. Apparently there's a treasure in there. I'm a guarantee. Probably not that good. It might be some skill that I'm not going to end up using. I think I realized toward the end of Gwendolyn's story, even though I said, I'm going to try and get all of these things. In my mind, it kind of occurred to me, 1, why? And 2, I use like 3 of these skills. Never been that much of a completionist. Aside from like games that I really, really, really like. And by really, really, really like, it's just Kingdom Hearts games. I'm gonna be honest. Unless if it hasn't been touched by the god of all gods, the king of kings, Tetsuya Nomura, I might look into doing, you know, more completionist-related stuff with Final Fantasy 15, though. Because that game looks dense. I don't know if there's anyone who's on my channel and has been on there for a while who doesn't know or isn't sure if I'm going to be doing an LP of that game or not. And the answer is yeah. That game has been an interesting journey, to say the least. We don't know about FF15. That is a game that has been in development for 10 years. Is what I just said true? No, but that's what everyone says. The concept of the game was Final Fantasy Versus 13, which was a Final Fantasy spin-off game that was going to be part of a Final Fantasy 13 multiverse type of thing. Sounds a lot more complicated than it is. It was basically, we're going to put a bunch of Final Fantasy 13 was coming out, and Square's like, we're going to get a bunch of different teams, make a bunch of different Final Fantasy games that all have a 13 in its branding, and we're going to give it a cool name. At that time, it's called Fabula Nova Crystallis. We're gonna put all these games out, and they're going to be cool. They're going to share some lore, like crystals, and like, I think some of the stuff like Lassie and Fal'Cie and stuff like that, which is why Type 0, which was a part of that, also has some of that lore and stuff in it. But that game came out, or everything of that like set of games came out eventually. In the end, Type 0 I think dropped the Fabula Nova Crystallis thing. In the end, it still has the concept of Lassie in it, and some lore related to that kind of stuff in it still, but 15 does not. I'll talk a little bit more about that during the boss, because it's probably gonna... I'll remember who we fight. I bet you $5 it's Leviathan. Why? Because I'm gonna tell you this, they usually keep some areas to one boss. Unless they do something different on, you know, the occasional one.
There it is, the source of fire. This should do.
There's no one around. Isn't this the Inferno King's palace?
He is tending his wounds. The Inferno King and his assistants slumber in the molten lava as we speak. The Belder has wounded him deeply.
Oswald still lives?
What a coincidence. 'Tis Brom.
Who are you?
I am not surprised that you fail to recognize me. I am the king who commissioned your first cipher.
What?
That torch, is that the source of fire? Once again, you tamper with the jewels without my permission. My skull may be filled with maggots, but I can still remember. You told the dwarves the secrets of how to process the jewels.
Queen, please follow me, and run!
Who was that?
I know not why he is here, but that was the ghost of King Valentine, ruler of the land I once called home. He has clearly lost his mind.
How can you be so rude to your former master? I deeply regret having kept you alive.
Clear the way, King Valentine.
That rock created from my furnace does not frighten me at all. Brom, is this jeweled artifact one of yours? Very well. Allow me to present my final creation to you.
A baby dragon.
A dragon with a crown.
You should know very well the powers in this crown. This hatchling has my power and consumed the fire's source.
What?
Now, my little spawn, devour these mortals before Onyx's forces arrive.
Hey, look, I was right. Everyone's got to fight these things eventually until someone is able to kill them. Eventually, someone's going to be able to kill this little shit. Eventually. Oh yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, FF15. But yeah, that game's been interesting because that was a game that was I think what's interesting about Square Enix games in particular is the way that they present them to the world, which is Square Enix. I love them as a company because they are the biggest hype builders for me than any other company. I'm choking. I'm gonna die. They're really good at building hype. They've done it, like, I remember getting, you know, excited over various FMV trailers for games, like back, you know, secret endings for Kingdom Hearts, that Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. They're really good at building excitement. And with Versus 13, they did just that. That is a game that for many years had what I believe was one time where they showed, like, gameplay, there might have been 1 or 2 times, only one of decent substance where they showed proper gameplay for that game at a trade show. I'm dead, which means I can keep talking about this. There's like one time they showed Versus 13, which becomes 15. They showed gameplay of it, but the rest of it was just, you know, trailers that were slowly showing it, and, you know, typical Square Enix interviews and Nomura interviews at the time saying, yeah, we're still working on it, you know, can't wait to, please be excited for this announcement. And basically meant, they're not doing full-scale production on this. And next thing you know, it's been 10 years and it's coming out. I'm excited for it, but I am also, it's my most anticipated title, like, right now. Because, you know, I'm just excited for what that game's gonna be. Because with Persona 5, because people are like, what about Persona 5? You love Persona. It's like, yeah, I do. I know what the fuck Persona 5 is gonna be. Persona 5 is gonna be like this 10 out of 10 fantastic video game when it comes out. Like, I'm into Persona 5, alright? I blacklisted all YouTube videos that have to do with Persona 5 just so I can go in as fresh as I can for you guys when it comes out. Like, if someone links me a Persona 5 video, it opens and then automatically, like, closes because of the script I run on like, my browser. So it's like, even if I want to watch, like, OST stuff, I won't be able to. And, you know, kind of muting certain terms on Twitter. It's not because I'm super afraid of spoilers, but I feel like it'll be better for videos. Then because I naturally go to spoilers a lot with games or for stuff, and it's hard to keep yourself clean, especially because Atlas is a bunch of dummies, you know, and are taking so long to localize it for the West. But back on 15, like, I'm excited for that game because I know what Persona 5 is going to be. It's going to be a fantastic RPG. I kind of know what Persona does, and SM2, and those, you know, the people at Atlas, I know what kind of thing they do. But when I think about what FF15 is going to be, and its story and everything, I don't actually know what's going to happen in that game. I can't predict a lot of just the flow of it, because they've done a very good job of not showing enough and selectively showing some parts where I'm like, I get the basic gist of the story, I guess, but I don't, it's like there's just not enough information on the game. That's kind of exciting for me. It's exciting there's just, you know, not as much, you know, information about that game. Which is very weird because they have done a very good job of dumping as much bullshit onto that game's press as possible. Am I at maximum excitement for that game? Potentially not, because since that game transferred to FF15, it no longer became the game made by the director of Kingdom Hearts. It's instead a game that is very much made by a different person. Characters have been since redesigned. The story is no longer a series of games. It is one game, and much of that plot has changed. The E3 2013, if you saw my live reaction when Versus 13 became FF15, everything in that trailer will not be in the game. That's how much has been changed. In fact, all that stuff in that trailer, I think it's in that movie that they're making of it. But it's like, I'm excited for that game so much. Not as excited if, you know, the best person Square Enix creative mind they have was on it, but, you know, I'm still excited for it. I kind of want to gush a little bit. That game's coming out in like a little over 2 months. So, yeah. Alright. We're done. We're done. We got one more video Mercedes coming up next time. I'm hungry.
Upon returning from the Fire Kingdom, Brom locked himself away in the royal armory.
How may I serve?
Gather some willing troops. There is little time to launch a counterattack. Matthew, allow the Lilliputs into the forge and let them work on weapons and armor. Tell them to do their best and match the skills of the Demon Lord's dwarves.
Understood.
I am going to speak to the Paladins and inform their leader of what to expect.
Your Majesty.
There you are, Brom. Is it complete?
'Tis my life's masterpiece. And with this, I shut the curtains on my career as a blacksmith.
Brom.
I have a request. May I have some time off? It pains me to not be able to see my work in action. But I have learned that Oswald, the wielder of the Belder is still alive. It is my fault that his life is in shambles. He may not wish to see me, but I want to go to him.
I see. Do what you must. Don't worry about the weapon. I shall make news of my victory ring loud and clear across the land.
These rickety bones make it difficult to compete against others in battle. Now, please take this. This lethal bow. I have stripped it of its former name, the Tasla, and renamed it Reblam. It means the piercing one in the old dwarf tongue. 'Tis the only cipher in all the world with the power to destroy another.